poppin', y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today you are back for a brand new restock with me video. If you have never seen any of these videos from me before, basically I own a slime shop, and these restock with me videos are a behind the scenes look at how we make the slimes for the shop, basically. So you get to see an advanced look of what slimes we're gonna stock, and you get to see how we make them as well. So if you want to recreate them at home without buying, you can totally do that, or you could just buy them from us pre-made. I mean, it's really easy. So let's get started, shall we? Check out all this clear glue that we bought. Like, it's massive. We bought 55 in total because there was a sale, so you know, we just had to. Need to get some school glue and others. But Elmer's came through with the clear glue. Alright, so I got some clear glue draining into my mixer here. We are going to go ahead and make a jelly slime. I'm gonna call this either melted sherbet or like sherbet jelly. I'm not too sure yet, but it's gonna be scented like rainbow sherbet. It's gonna be yellow and green and have like a bunch of different like rainbow sherbet colored beads. So I'm excited about that. I am of course not gonna scent it right now. I'm gonna wait till it clears first and then let it then go ahead and scent it, because you know it does clear up faster once you add the scent after it's already cleared, I have found. So that is what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add in some of my instant snow. This is damp instant snow. It's not like fully wet. I just add a little bit of water in it. And I'm gonna add that before I add anything else, obviously, because I'm gonna split this batch in half once it's done and color it to different colors. So here's my first batch of snow, my second batch of snow, and this right here is my third and final batch of instant snow that I'm adding into my jelly slime. Now we just go ahead and mix this baby up. Alrighty, so my jelly is done and now activated. Now it is time to color it. So I'm gonna use a couple drops of the neon green food coloring as well as the regular green food coloring, just because that gives me a really nice green that I'm going for. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with 2 drops. Oops, I think that was 3, my bad. Of the regular green. And then I'll do 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4 of this bright neon green color. So this half is actually going to be yellow, so I'm adding in my food coloring here. There we go. I'm actually going to be adding in a little bit of leftover jelly slime that I have here. This was for Rise and Shine, and it's unscented, so it's perfect. I just have it sitting here not doing anything with it, so might as well. It's actually really nice though. Let's add this in. Alrighty, both halves are now done. So now these go to my garage for a couple days to clear up, and then we will come back to them once that happens. Alright, we are on to our next slime. We got some good old Elmer school glue draining in the bowl here. I'm only making a gallon of this. This is going to be a DIY clay slime. It's going to be called Holiday Pie, inspired by the McDonald's Holiday Pie. I'm going to add in some lotion to this baby, of course. Y'all know how I do. So it's actually inspired by McDonald's Holiday Pie, which is like one of my favorite things about the holidays, honestly. I get one every single year and I'm so excited. I can't wait anymore, so I'll have to make it into slime form, obviously. I'm actually gonna make it look like a real pie though, so it's not gonna be like a handheld pie, I guess you would say. It's gonna be like a real one. So this is clay that's here, and then in a separate container you're gonna get the slime so that you can add it in yourself and mix it, make a cool little video. You can even like decorate the edges and things like that, so it's gonna look really cute. I'm so excited for this one. Alright, so now that my lotion is in there, I'm going to add in a little bit of this yellow food coloring, because it does have to have like a little tint of yellow. That should be good there. Now for the scent, I'm going to use a mixture of Tahitian vanilla and buttercream cupcakes if I can find it. The actual scent or the actual flavor of the pie is just vanilla custard. So this is going to be a great like replication of that, I think. If I can find, oh, buttercream cupcake right here. Alright, Tahitian vanilla going in. And a dash of buttercream cupcake. Y'all know I go ham on the scents. You know, if you get a unicorn slime shop slime, it's gonna be scented, okay? Alright, our base is done. It's nice, thick, and glossy. I did decide to add a little bit of glue wall. I did that off camera. So it has a little bit more thickness to it than it normally would. It's gonna be perfect when you add the clay. Now we just gotta add some sprinkles. Alright, adding in the sprinkles now. so good. Yes, queen. Alrighty, next up I am making a peppermint mocha kit. It's inspired obviously by the peppermint mocha drink from Starbucks. So I'm starting with a gallon of school glue. We're making the base. So it's gonna be a school glue thickie. And yeah, of course gotta add in some lotion. Y'all know how I do. Got the Starbucks peppermint mocha type scent from Just Scent. This smells delicious. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in this brown gel coloring. Obviously it has to be a coffee color. So the slime is done. I am not happy, however, with the color. So I'm just gonna change the texture in general and the color as well by adding in some clay. I'm gonna add in this air dry clay here from the Wish Upon a Star slime shop. They are the host of Slime Vegas as well. That's why it says Slime Vegas, Arizona there. So yeah, I'm gonna add this in. This is a really nice, deep and rich brown color. So it's gonna turn this one a little bit more brown and not as like red toned, I feel like it is. So yeah. So I'm gonna drop that in there and mix it together. Here is the final look of the peppermint mocha base. It is a nice, thick and creamy sleigh slime base. So beautiful, already glossy too. I love it. So this right here is actually going to be the chocolate syrup that's going to go over the peppermint mocha. It's going to come in a little heart container. It's about 1.5 ounces. And it's a jelly slime. I didn't show y'all how I made it just because I literally showed you how to make a jelly slime earlier. So I feel like you really didn't need that. It's the exact same method. All I did here was actually just half the ingredients because I only did half a gallon of glue. So now I'm in the baby mixer. I have half a gallon of school glue in here. I'm going to add in some lotion. We're going to be making the whipped cream topping part. And it's going to be a clay slime. Alright, now I'm going to add in my vanilla wafer scent. It smells so yummy. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in a mixture of this Kawaii Slime Company clay and then also some Modelite clay. So this is how the whipped topping came out. As y'all can see, it's really nice and creamy. A sleigh slime, but very clay heavy as well. It's really nice. I grabbed a big piece. I could really play with it. Alright, so next up I'm going to be making a slime called Fireball Cheesecake. So I am going to go ahead and empty out some clear glue into my mixer here, the big mixer. However, I'm not sure if I want to do this whole half because it's just going to be like, the container's going to be like a third of full of like the jelly part. So I'm probably going to do half of this. I don't know. No, better safe than sorry. Let's just do it all. Alright, so I got my clear glue going in there. Next, this is supposed to resemble like red hot cinnamon candy, so I'm going to add in red food coloring, obviously. The color came out perfect on this. Now it's just time to add the snow and activate. Alright, so my jelly base is all done and is looking nice and beautiful. I'm going to add in some red foam beads to this. These are the small beads. The beads are basically representing like the little fireball candies or red hot cinnamon candies, whatever you call them where you live. Yeah, so I'm gonna add in some large ones as well, but I have to make those. So I'm just adding in the small ones for now. Now it is time to make the cheesecake part of the slime. So I have school glue draining in here. This is actually gonna be a cloud cream base. Obviously, it's gonna smell like cheesecake. Gotta get every last drop. And of course, to make it a bit more realistic looking, we're gonna add a couple drops of yellow food coloring because cheesecake is like a little yellow, you know. This is going to be a cloud cream, so it needs some snow. There's a little bit of instant snow there. This is dried. I don't want it wet. I also added in a little bit more yellow food coloring. I'd say the cheesecake base is done. Actually, to add to the cinnamon effect, I'm going to add just a little bit of glitter. These are brown glitters. The top part, remember, is going to be scented like red hot candies. So it's going to tie in perfectly, I think, and look kind of like cinnamon. Just going to add a dash, not too much. Just like that. Alright y'all, so now we're going to be making a cloud slime. It wasn't supposed to be a cloud slime at first, but it is going to be now. So what ended up happening, let me kind of show you. So mom was making Chanel number 2, that's why this looks kind of familiar. And instead of using the regular activator, she actually used the clear activator, which is a little bit weaker. So it made it more jiggly. So instead of selling it like that, obviously, because we won't want to do that, we're going to turn it into a cloud slime and scent it a little bit differently, like strawberry bubblegum. Okay, so we're going to be using the fresh strawberry scent from Nature's Garden. So we're just going to add that to the already made Chanel and mix that up as well. Okay, so now we just took half of that and we're going to add in some red food coloring because I want this half color to be like a hot pink. So let's mix that and see if that's right. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add in snow now that we got the color that we are looking for. So mom's just adding it in here. This is damp snow. So we already added water to it. You can add all of it. Add like 3 of them. We're getting it from here. I just basically made a bunch of it. And we're just adding it in. Alright, so we just added in more snow. Let's get that mixed up. Alright, so this is how the cloud slime came out. I think this is literally the best cloud slime we've ever made. The drizzles are insane. Watch this. Let me just warm it up for y'all real quick. It really doesn't need that much, but I'm going to anyways. So y'all can see how crazy this is. We like never get cloud slime right, so this is a big deal for us. And apparently, according to the cloud slime masters, the cloud slime gets better as it sits. So of course it's gonna sit for a couple of days, so it's only gonna get better. Okay, the light pink side came out so beautiful and the cloud is super, super fluffy. Look at that. It's amazing. Here is the official unicorn bubble cloud look. So as you can see, it is like a hot pink on one side and a Chanel colored pink on another side. And it's topped off with these beautiful iridescent pink glitters. Some sprinkles as well, and of course a little unicorn charm. It's so cute. The unicorn charms are completely random, so you can get like a unicorn horn or like a different unicorn. But they're all adorable. So this here is called Grinch Juice, inspired by the Grinch, obviously. I wasn't sure what to name this, but a lot of you actually suggested this name on Instagram, so we're going with the Grinch Juice. I think it's perfect. Got a little bit of bubbles. This is metallic slime, so it's a little bit clear. Let me show you down here at the bottom. Take a little bit of the clear piece out. It's actually a lot more clear than I anticipated it being, which is always great. You can see the pearlescent metallic pigment in there as well. So pretty. I have to make some green foam beads for this slime as well, and then it's gonna have red glitters. It's gonna be very pretty. Alright, so I need to dye some foam beads, and I know I have been meaning to show y'all, and y'all have been asking me on all of my restock videos every time I dye beads, and I tell y'all that I've dyed them myself. Y'all are like, how do you do that? So I'm gonna show you. It's really easy actually if you have the time. So first, you're obviously going to need some foam beads. These are already colored green, but I need green ones as well for the Grinch Juice. However, these do bleed, so that is why I'm going to basically just paint over them. This method works with white foam beads or with any color foam beads. Basically, this is a great way to like revive the dead ones, you know, the ones that bleed in your slime. You don't want that, so we're basically gonna cover it with paint. It's super easy. I need green foam beads for Grinch Juice and red foam beads for the Fireball Cheesecake, so I'm gonna show you how I make those right now. It's super easy, and it's actually a great way to revive beads that actually bleed in your slime, or beads that aren't like the right color. If you have like pink beads, you could turn them into blue beads or something, and it's really easy. Or you could just use like regular white foam beads that aren't painted or dyed any kind of color. But I have green ones here, and I'm gonna turn them green. The only reason I'm doing that is because these bleed, and I don't want bleeding in my slime. So I'm gonna go ahead and dye these green again, and it's gonna be really easy. All right, so first thing first, you are going to need a large bowl, big enough to have the beads mix around and not fall out. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and take my beads and throw them in here. A great tip I have for this as well to test if they're bleeders, just go ahead and grab one and rub it in between your fingers. and it will actually leave the color on your finger if it bleeds, which this one does. If you can tell, I don't know if it's focused, but you can see that my fingers are now green. So that is why we are dyeing these green again. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and take some neon green paint. I like this green color here. So I find that some paints work better in like a clear base and some work better in like a white glue base. So it really just depends. You're really gonna have to just test it out. I don't have all of the answers for this. I just know that this method works. And I've dyed beads with this paint before, so I know that this works. So I'm just using that. So yeah, I really don't know. You know, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean this doesn't work. It just means that it doesn't work in that type of base that you're using. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't think it did, but we'll see. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to add the paint over the beads like this. You don't want to add too much because it doesn't need that much. And then I'm just going to take a spoon or anything and just mix it up. I actually go in twice and do this. So this is going to be my first round. You see all the beads start to kind of clump together. That happens. Just make sure that you kind of break them up. That way you make sure everything gets coated evenly in the paint. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some more of the paint now. And mix again. I don't really know how to explain when they're ready. Basically, they're going to look very, very glossy, and you're gonna be able to see with your eyes. I mean, once they're evenly coated, you can definitely tell. I'm blind in my right eye, and I can see that they are very well coated. So you should be able to see as well. That's kind of basically how I determine when they're ready to be dumped on my mat. So now that all the beads are super evenly coated, I'm gonna go ahead and take a baking tray. We're not gonna bake anything. I just use this for the flat surface, and I lined it with parchment paper here as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dump the beads on here. Just like this. Make sure you get all the beads out. All right. Now normally once I get all my beads out, the bowl will look like this. It'll look kind of painted, so just put hot water in this and let it soak for a little bit. It'll come right out. So the beads do tend to clump up a little bit. You just need to kind of have it as flat as possible. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait a couple of hours, come back to this, and then flatten them even more, and then flip them. That way they can dry on both sides. So yeah, it's literally just gonna look like this. And I will get back to y'all when it's ready to break them up and flip. Okay, another thing I feel like I should probably mention is please do not use stuff that you actually eat out of, like bowls and things like that, just because different paints could be toxic. Like, you never know, so just be safe. I wouldn't want anybody getting sick just for foam beads, so make sure you're safe. Don't use stuff that your family or you use to eat. All right, so these are pretty much dried now. It's been a couple of hours, and you can tell they're in clumps. Look at that. They're just clumped away together. So now what I'm gonna do is crush them like this. This is going to separate them. And we're going to kind of zhuzh them around a little bit to make sure that they are all separated and dried. And that's basically all it is to it to make your own foam beads, y'all. It's super easy. Look, nothing on my hands, nothing's bleeding. This is a surefire method. It works every time. Like I said, just depending on the paint, it might not work with every single base. Depends on what kind of paint you have. So definitely test it out with small batches, you know? And this even works on small foam beads as well, not just these large foam beads. And of course it'll work on those huge jumbo foam beads as well, but ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, at least I don't. You go on with your bad self if you got the time. Alright, now I'm just gonna leave these overnight and let them dry. This is how Chanel's supposed to be. Freshly made. already glossy too. Good job, Mom. Alrighty, got some school glue draining in here. I'm gonna be adding in some lotion. We are going to be making a new slime called Candy Cane Crush. Actually, I'm gonna call it Candy Cane Crunch, not Crush. This slime, of course, is going to be scented like peppermint candy canes from Just Scent. It smells so delicious, and it's also going to come with some candy cane charms that I have up here. See? So each one will come with one candy cane charm. This scent is surprisingly not really strong, so I'm gonna have to go ham. That's good. So this slime is actually going to be a white glue foam and white glue bingsu bead hybrid. So it's gonna have white foam beads and packed also with red bingsu beads. It's gonna be super crunchy and nice. I'm so excited. All right, the base is all done now. Of course, I left it a little bit tacky to hold in our bingsu beads and our foam beads. Speaking of foam beads, I just realized that my foam beads that were due to be delivered today were delivered today, but to my mailbox. That is not here. I have to walk kind of far. It's like 39 degrees outside. I really don't even want to, but I guess I have to. I have no choice now. I'm determined to do a video for Instagram mixing the beads and the bingsu beads in the slime. So I gotta do it for the gram, literally. We secured the beads, y'all. All right, so I got all the foam beads in here. Of course, they're white foam beads. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add in these red bingsu beads as well. I'm probably gonna say YOLO and just add all of them as well, honestly. Ooh, pretty. Yeah. Y'all, this came out so good, and the two textures together are literally goals. Super, super crunchy. Let me show you in this lighting right here. It's literally goals. It's like perfectly activated too for a slime like this. Alrighty, y'all, that is pretty much it for this video. If I'm not mistaken, you only got to see a couple of the slimes actually finish, so I cannot wait for you all to see all of the slimes finished during the restock video this Friday. My restock videos always go live 1 hour before the actual restock is up and the shop is open, so just keep that in mind. So the restock will be live this Friday the 15th, the same day as Pokemon Sun and Moon comes out, by the way. I'm so excited for that. Anyways, this Friday the 15th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time is when the shop opens, and then of course an hour before that is when the video goes live, so that's 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am super excited for this restock. We are going to be giving away 6 ounces, 32 ounce slimes. There is even going to be a chance for you to win a $50 Amazon gift card, so make sure you are there bright and early, honey, because you do not want to miss these deals, okay? Giveaways on giveaways on giveaways. So thank you so much for watching. I love you very freaking much, and I will see you all next time. Bye!